right hemisphere.
But what Milner did next would change the course of her career.
You know, patients would come to me, and especially the ones with left-sided lesions, and they would say, oh, I have such trouble with my memory. And I wasn't there to study memory, you know.
But she listened and observed.
If a patient comes to you and says, I have trouble with my memory, you should not reply, and I didn't. You shouldn't say, don't talk to me about memory. I'm here to study perception, or I'm here to study the motor system. Don't want to know about memory. You should be very quiet as a mouse, and you should listen, and you should say, what kind of memory? And, well, if this is what the patient feels is wrong with them after this surgery or after this epilepsy, I should study memory, you know? And so from then on, because the patients said they had memory trouble, I switched the focus of my research to memory.
She got very hooked onto this idea of memory and developed her own tests and her own techniques for working out the details of these memory things.
Milner was concerned and challenged by the unexpected outcome in two patients who had developed severe memory impairment after what had become a standard procedure for temporal lobe epilepsy.
So Heb had supported me for 1 year on his own funds, and I'd given up my tenured position at the U of M. Heb thought I was really foolish. And I didn't know what I was going to do at the end of the 1 year. But then when we ran into this memory problem, Penfield came to me and said, we need you. You have to come. And he found me a little office at the neuro and so on. But neither Heb nor Penfield gave me a penny for anything. If I wanted to do a test, I had to photocopy something, and I really had no money.
Milner pursued her methodical testing of Penfield's patients, and in 1955, Penfield and Milner presented their findings on post-surgical memory loss to the American Neurological Association. It caught the attention of a Connecticut neurosurgeon whose patient, known as HM, had suffered a profound and permanent loss of recent memory after a surgical procedure. Milner was asked to study HM, which she did over a period of several years, though HM never remembered her from one visit to the next.
I think one of the characteristics of Dr. Milner is her methodical, persistent, and very well-organized testing of these patients.
It was one such test, the mirror drawing test, that revealed to Dr. Milner evidence that the human brain had more than one memory system.
For all of us, you or me today, whenever you get to the point of the star where you have to change direction, your hand does this kind of thing, but then by doing, not by telling yourself what you ought to be doing, but just by doing in some way, by practice, you gradually improve and you keep a nice smooth line, and at the end it's beautiful. That is what you and I would do. But it's also what HM did. HM, over the 3 days that I tested him, and I have a lovely learning curve for this, that he got better and better, and he was doing beautifully at the end. And he had absolutely no recollection of the 3 days training he'd done on this. It was, that one trial was unique to him, experience, and he was proud of himself that he had done it so well. No recollection at all of all that had gone before. And it was this dissociation, you know, between his total lack of, between what he was aware of and what he had achieved, that was to me very exciting. If anybody asked me, you know, the really exciting moment, it was actually then, you know, looking with my eyes very wide at this going on. And this was early evidence that there's more than one learning and memory system in the brain.